doors will open on the right-hand side of the train.